So I grew up in the church. My dad was a pastor. I grew up being able to see what a true love for God was like. When I was 6, I made a personal decision to follow Christ. I was the kind of kid that enjoyed staying home, playing card games with my parents instead of going out to parties like a lot of my friends were. I went off to college. It was like 1,100 people at my school total. I stood out, had a loud, crazy personality, and drew the attention from everybody on campus. And pretty soon people were talking, but it wasn't in a good way. It was about this crazy, obnoxious girl that, oh, she must be into partying. She must be, one of those rebellious preacher's daughters. I just saw all these Christian people around me who were acting in a way that was so far from how I pictured God to act. And I thought, man, if they think I'm the party girl, well then I'll show them. I'll be the party girl. I started going out to clubs and drinking, and several years went on, and I wasted so much of my life just in that lifestyle. I didn't even think that God existed anymore. I wasn't even sure if God existed anymore. I remember going home one weekend, just crying with my mom and dad and saying, I don't even think that God exists. I'm not even sure if he's real, because I did not feel any kind of connection to him. I remember my dad issuing me a challenge. He said, ask God, seek God out to show up in your life in a way that can't be explained by anything but him. I said, okay, God, I'm trusting in you, and I want you to show yourself to me. Over the next couple days, I had people who were Christians show up in my life, jobs and ways to make money provided for me. I began to journal these events and see it unfolding before me how much God was working in my life. There he is. That's the God that I've been looking for and searching for, and he was so real to me in that moment. I didn't have a really close Christian community around me to help me grow in my faith. At that time that I felt God calling me to move to Arizona. My sister lived out here, and every time I would come and visit, she went to this church called Cornerstone. When I moved out to Arizona, I was so excited that I finally got to start going to Cornerstone. I was able to get involved in Cornerstone. I was able to attend small group Bible studies with people who were at that same stage of life as I was in, and really create amazing friendships with people. 6 years ago when I moved here and I was in a small group, those people still remain important in my life. Through Cornerstone, I feel like my maturity in my relationship with Christ has been strengthened. I feel like through the community that I have built, I have been able to grow in my faith that I wouldn't have been able to do anywhere else.